Another amazing watch from Nezumi Stockholm. This is only the second watch I've ever reviewed on this channel for Nezumi Stockholm, and this specifically is the Corbeau chronograph. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Chase, and this is All Things Random, mostly watch reviews with some random stuff sprinkled in between. You can see that I'm still doing the studio in the background. This is going to be also like a podcast set. I'm kind of going back and forth on whether or not I should make a second channel. And it could be like Whiskey Talks, Whiskey and Watches, something like that. Or just something that I can talk about what I do in my professional career that has nothing to do with watches. Anyway, if you guys are interested in that, make a comment down below. I'd love to hear what your opinion is. That being said, it's almost done. It's not quite done yet, but it is changing slightly in the background as I release these videos. I appreciate you staying with me. Do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything, but it really does help the channel. Now, today we are talking about, again, a Nezumi Stockholm. I've already had my hands on it a little bit, and it's a great watch. Now, the only other one that I've ever reviewed on this channel is the GMT that I purchased myself. I'm upfront with you guys. This is not my watch to keep. This is a loaner watch, so I have to send it back. So I'm going to give you my honest, upfront opinion, but I would do that regardless. I think you guys know me by now. I'm going to give you my honest opinion on the watch. Now, one of the things I love about Nezumi Stockholm is the fact that they create these vintage aesthetic watches that nobody else is really doing. That's what got me to buy their GMT, because that was like the perfect mixture of vintage and modern. It was their own twist, and this is not just your standard micro brand homage watch company. So today, the Corbeau chronograph. Details first, then my opinion at the very end. Now, the packaging on this is the exact same that was with the GMT. I love the minimalist design of the packaging. Everything is crisp and clear, well-meaning and well-intentioned. Let's go ahead and bring this out of the box. And the reveal. Starting with the case diameter, this is 40 millimeters in diameter. It has a lug-to-lug or overall footprint of 47. It is 12.75 millimeters thick. That includes that double-domed piece of sapphire crystal, and it has a lug width or strap width of 20 millimeters. Now, it does come on this canvas green strap that is done quite well. You see embossed on the backing of the leather, Nezumi Stockholm, made in Germany. Now, this is one of the things that is indicative of this watch brand is quality. One of the things that you'll hear me talk about over and over and over again is quality when it comes to what they use, the quality control of the watch itself, and then the overall design and aesthetics. The case is made of 316 L stainless steel, and it's brushed, as you see, all the way around. This is intentional because when it comes to mil-spec or field style watches, you want a brushed case because this thing is going to be worn, and if it's going to be worn, it's going to be scratched up. If it's going to be scratched up, if it's eye polish, or if there's chamfered edges or anything else, it's going to end up showing a lot more when it comes to the damage and the wear on the outside of the case. Basically, when it comes to brushed cases, they hide scratches and wear far easier than any other finish. Now, on the back, it does have a screw-down case back. It does say Nezumi Stockholm, creating bonds. It is a screw-down case back. This watch, however, only offers 50 meters of water resistance. For me, 50 meters is that sweet spot for an everyday watch to go on your wrist. Rain resistant, splash resistant. You can hop in a pool. You don't have to worry about it. That being said, don't ever press these pushers underwater. One of the things that I love that Nezumi did was the fact that they added quick release spring bars on this watch strap. This watch strap is moss green, like I already explained before, but you can easily change these watch straps. Now, it is offered on other types of straps and bracelets. If you want a bracelet, it is slightly more expensive. I would always opt for the bracelet and then get something like a chase strap from my own personal watch strap company. We'll talk about that later in the video because it's just slightly cheaper. Now, the dial is done quite nicely, and you can see that it is beautifully vintage in its aesthetic. The dial features different levels of depth, so from the outside in, you can see around the chapter ring, it's actually slightly recessed with matching minute track to the printed indices. Chapter ring is slightly recessed, then you have the main dial, then you have the sub-dials that are also slightly recessed. Now, the sub-dials from the 3 o'clock position, it does offer a 24-hour marker. The 6 o'clock position is going to be its ticking second hand. This is the running second hand for the watch. Then at the 9 o'clock position, you have the count up timer of an hour. So as this, if I press this pusher at the 2 o'clock position, this Seiko VK63 megaquartz movement starts ticking. Then as this ticks all the way around for the seconds, this go ahead and ticks up for the minute counter. So you have a seconds and an hour, a 24-hour, then a running seconds. Everything is done quite nicely. Now, the reason why I like the Mecha Quartz movement is the fact that it gives you all the feel of a mechanical watch or a mechanical timer in the timing second hand because it ticks 5 ticks a second. Pause. Reset. I love the fact that you use a higher grade Mecha Quartz because sometimes when you reset the timing second hand, it doesn't fly back, but it rotates all the way around to reset. I like the flyback. It is quite nice. It just shows that it's slightly higher in its quality. Now, I like the Mecha Quartz also because it is a set it and forget it watch, which means you can set the time once and it's going to be accurate plus or minus a few seconds every month. So you're not going to have to reset this for a long time. If you are a watch collector and this is in your collection, you can toss it on your bedside for months, then pick it up and it's still going to be accurate to within 1 or 2 minutes of the day, which isn't really a big deal. Again, Quartz offers that set it and forget it. The only thing I wish is you took away the running second hand. This is just a pet peeve of mine, but it's not a pet peeve of everybody. It's so small, it's hardly noticeable, but if you got rid of it and only had these two, then you would have something that feels more like a mechanical watch. Truly. I already mentioned that the sapphire on top of this is a double domed piece of sapphire crystal. On the underside is air coating, and it gives a little bit of lip right there, right next to this bezel. And the bezel itself is 120 click unidirectional bezel, and you can use it to register multiple time zones if you want. So basically you can use the standard clock or the standard watch as a standard time zone, then you can actually create a separate time zone with this rotating 12-hour bezel. And this is the watch on my 7¼ inch wrist. You can see that overall lug to lug of 47 millimeters actually fits very nicely on the wrist. It is a sweet spot for most watches. The fact that it's under 13 millimeters high means it's actually going to wear quite slim. I would say this is a great mil-spec chronograph that is a very well-known name in the watch industry as a micro brand, and it's again not just a homage watch. This is a vintage looking watch that gives you all the feel of a vintage watch without any of the hassle that comes with wearing a vintage. Now, the moss green canvas strap is slightly stiff. This is just to be expected when it comes to these type of straps. But if you want to wear this in the field, this is a great strap to wear, is a canvas strap. But if you want to elevate it slightly, let's go ahead and do something different. Now, this is the watch on one of my limited edition Italian calf leather watch straps from Chase Straps. You can see that it just elevates it slightly to a more dressy watch. One of the things I want to tell you guys, don't ever be afraid to change your watch straps. But if you do buy a watch, always get it on the bracelet, because then you can upgrade to something absolutely amazing. Not to say that this isn't amazing as well. I love this canvas strap, and this is a great outdoorsy strap and made in Germany. Really, really high quality. Nezumi is known for their high quality. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if you buy a watch, especially one of those, this is a great one watch in a one watch collection, which could be this. Just get different straps. It changes the whole overall appearance. Once again, I'm extremely happy with what Nezumi brought to the table. I truly love the chronograph of this watch. I hate that I have to send it back, but it is truly a good watch. If you don't want to spend a bunch of money on a mechanical chronograph, and you want the accuracy of a quartz watch, the reliability of a quartz watch, and you want the set it and forget it of a quartz watch, this is going to be right up your alley. And if you love vintage look, if you love the vintage aesthetic and heritage that comes with these type of watches, you get all the modern technology with the vintage feel. Anybody who's ever bought a vintage watch knows it is a pain in the rear end to have a vintage watch. In fact, the crystals aren't very good, the gaskets aren't very good, and you want to wear it, but you're afraid to wear it because you don't want to break it. This gives you all the modern amenities of having a great modern watch with all the vintage feel, and it really does turn heads. I do love the strap, but again, if you want to upgrade, like I told you already in the video, you can order a Chase strap from Chase Straps down below. Anyway, if you like videos like this, hit the subscribe button. It's free, it doesn't cost you anything, and it really does help the channel. If I offer you any value, give the video a like, share it or don't share it, or give it a dislike. It really doesn't matter to me. Either way, it helps the algorithm and helps grow this channel. All the support, positive and negative, is always welcome on this channel. And hit the notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one.